Thanks for watching this episode of Answering the Call. I'm Pastor Chuck Reich, your show host and executive producer. This is a series all about evangelism and discipleship, and we're highlighting ministries all around the world that are serious about doing just that. Well, this time we're in Chaska, Minnesota, visiting with Mike Lindell, the inventor and CEO of MyPillow. Mike, thank you so much for spending some time with our viewers.
Yeah, great to have you here. It's awesome.
Yeah, well, we met at the NRB convention. Yeah. We heard a little bit about your involvement with Unplanned and launching the Lindell Recovery Network, and we're just fired up about that. So tell our viewers a little bit about how God put that on your heart to launch the Lindell Recovery Network.
Well, I was, if anybody out there doesn't know, I was an ex-crack cocaine addict, and so it's quite a story from back in the day where I was 20 years of cocaine and switched to crack cocaine, and I knew that that someday with MyPillow was just a platform for God, and that I would go back someday to help the addicts to where I was, and it's been quite a process, but it's all come to fruition now where we're ready to launch this amazing platform.
Yeah, well, back in August, one of our board members says, hey, you need to meet Mike Lindell. He's got the same testimony, and yeah, in 99, I was down to 141 pounds. So they say your misery becomes your ministry. So you even got a chance to share last night at the Salvation Army with like about 100 guys, and we're getting testimonies of people who are overcoming. Talk about that, the power of the testimony and people who've overcome.
Yeah, well, it's, for me, sharing my stories, for like your show, Overcomers, to have stories of hope. Addicts need hope, and they need to see that hope. And I think that's one of the biggest things is with addiction is, like when I quit crack cocaine, we didn't think it was beatable, and all my friends have quit where they see an example what can be done, where we were their equals, and that has a lot to do with my network that I've set up.
It's the power of our testimony, and you have a strong testimony. We've talked a lot about this this network, and a lot of people in addiction have a couple things in common. They don't have hope, but they also have burnt bridges and broken relationships. So talk about that a little bit in your journey, even as you were, relationships are being restored and you're moving forward and being successful in business.
Yeah, when an addict comes out of everything, those are, in the society we're in now, where they've gone, addiction's a disease, and you're trying to shame the families into, you got to help your addict and get them help. Well, it's the right help, and when you get that help, when you come out of addiction, as you know, you don't have trust. There's not trust there, and there's first guys that trusted me were my drug dealers. They're going, okay, we get it, but the relationships, everything can be restored, but first you got to get your heart restored. And this is something that's so important even to my network. This is your faith. This is Jesus Christ. You get your heart restored, and now other relationships can get restored. But if you're coming out just because you're not using, if you haven't addressed those pains, the stuff that came from childhood, the fatherlessness, the trauma, all these things that they know where addiction's from now. And I don't believe anybody's born an addict. I believe that it's a mask for pain. It's a mask for, it's an escape. It's wounds that need to be addressed and a heart restored. Mine was, I had a terrible unworthy, my parents divorced when I was 7. I was put into a new school. I would either show off or I wouldn't talk to people. My biggest fear was talking to people that I didn't know, because it was fear of rejection. You wanted to fit in, unworthiness, all these things that go along that once people start using and stuff, that you're masking those pains, or or false courage. That's another thing.
Amen. There's a lot of root causes, and some will say it's the lust of the flesh, the lust of the eyes, and the pride of life. Those are the 3 roots that just grow and get out of control. That's good. Well, stay tuned. We're going to get some more interviews from some folks who's been through some programs, who's found victory, who's overcome, so you too can have hope and find some good faith-based organizations to get clean and sober. Keep watching. Hi, I'm Pastor Chuck Reich. I'm the executive producer at Horizon Media Studios. It's a 501c3 media ministry, and what we're doing is helping other ministries tell their story. Homeless shelters and children's homes, Bible colleges, seminaries, mission-sending agencies. With your help, we can continue to help tell their story to inspire the world to shine their light and let God get the glory for the work that's being done in advancing the kingdom of Jesus Christ. Thanks again for praying for us.